Hello, hello, hello. We're back again, and welcome to another star-studded episode of the Chatterbox with yours truly, King Jacob, man. And we definitely got a star-studded episode once again on this magnificent Monday. I like to call it Money Mondays, Motivational Mondays, Mindful Mondays. You know, just the beginning of the week to get your day started. So, hope everybody had a splendid and a fabulous, motivational Monday. And so we're going to be talking about the music, the film, the entertainment industry, and how that impacts the community as well, and the type of struggles and mishaps that you find in the entertainment industry, but you're still able to look, through your tunnel vision and overcome those, situations. So tonight I have a super amazing guest. You know, sending shouts out to Las Vegas to Renee and Bobby Peoples, like to shout them out. And just I'm just glad to be here, man. Couldn't do this without God, so I want to thank God for giving me another opportunity to interview somebody that's doing something amazing on their journey. So none other than Deonte Finch. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, that's perfect. Deonte Finch. That's correct. Thank you
Okay.
for having me, King Jacob.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So for those who don't know you, man, that want to get familiar with you, man, could you go ahead and introduce yourself and just give them a little brief synopsis of who you are?
Yes, well, my name is Deonte Finch. Currently, I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I just started off my acting journey this year. And I'm from Flint, Michigan, born and raised.
Okay, okay, there you have it. There you have it. And that's very interesting. Being that you from Flint, there
Yes.
has been a some situations down there that was really, 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 really sad, man. So being that you're from Flint, you have a lot of family down there, man. Just before we get into you, my heart always go out to Flint. So how did the people you grew up with, your family members, and other people you may know, overcome the crisis that they had down there in Flint?
Well, to me, I believe the people of Flint are very resilient. So, being the strong people that we are, they adapted and overcame. So, currently, all the pipes haven't been replaced yet. So, there's still lead in the pipes. But over the time, I think what saved a lot of people is the fact that people started drinking bottled waters out of convenience. And this happened before the water crisis. So if this would have happened maybe 5 years before the crisis started, it would have been a lot more hurt and damaged people. So that's one good aspect of it. But I know the city has been going around replacing pipes, but it wouldn't take the entire city to be replaced in order to clear it out. And hopefully that's something that can happen soon. I think this country could definitely afford it. It's just the resources just haven't been allocated there yet fully.
Hmm. So I just think us as Black and Brown people, we definitely need to tap in more with our environmental societies, um, with our wastewater management, and with the productive elected official who are over the waterworks in each city, each county, each little town. I think that we don't tap in enough to really understand what's going on because there's been millions of dollars that has been paid for the environment, for the waste works, and for the cleanest of water over the years. No matter what city you're in, it's been paid. So what happened to the funding? If they haven't been using it, so why is there no money to fix the pipes? So who and where has the money gone? And it's somebody that embezzled that money because it's not accounted for. And so those are the things that us as productive citizens of society have to hold these elected officials accountable. You know what I mean? So we
Yeah,
definitely have to start doing that.
yeah,
So
exactly. And I was gonna
so
say the people who were responsible, they didn't go to jail for that. They falsified the water samples. They used bottled water and submitted that instead of the actual water that was coming from the Flint River that was poisoned that they used just to save $6 million or $3 million. But what's the point of doing that unless you trying to embezzle that money somehow? And then here in Las Vegas, people take really all over the world, these natural resources being taken for granted. Because in Las Vegas, we're running out of water. The lake that we get our water from is getting lower and lower, and they haven't started replenishing that water. So let's see what happens with that.
wow,
Yeah,
that's
it's crazy.
crazy, man. You were born and raised one place, and you face these challenges, and now you're somewhere else totally different, and you still may face these challenges.
Yeah, and it's not
Right.
just here. It's other cities in the country that has brown water that's getting poisoned water just like Flint was getting. That's happening right now. So it's still something that need to be taken care of. Money need to go where it needs to go.
Right. So I just wanted to tap in on that, man. So you had a before the acting, you were in telecommunications, correct?
Yeah, I'm still in it. Um, so far, acting doesn't pay all the bills yet. So in the meantime, I work around my schedule. I try to shoot as much as possible. But for now, telecom is still making it happen, paying all the bills. But I'm just enjoying the journey now. I'm trying to work with as many producers, as many writers, directors as possible. I just want to become a jack of all trades in the industry and become as successful in acting as I did in telecom.
Okay, so let's talk about the journey in
Okay.
telecommunication. And for those who don't understand what telecommunications are and how telecommunications impact, the whole world and how it impacts society. So go ahead and elaborate on what is telecommunications.
Well, the part of telecoms that I was in, this wouldn't be possible without it. So I started off installing equipment in the cell phone shelters. So if you see a cell phone tower somewhere, that's the little building at the bottom where it could be a little cabinet, and that's where the brains, all the computers and stuff are that communicates with the antennas on top. So I started off doing that, putting equipment in, and then I started hooking the laptop up to it, integrating it, the brains, programming it, and then it's towers is millions over the world. So once you upgrade one market, the other market needs to be upgraded. So I traveled throughout the country doing that, and it was a great experience because travel is the best teacher. Becomes the stuff you can't learn just staying in one spot. You see how other cultures operate. You become more worldly. And to me, I was getting paid to travel. So that's another thing I enjoyed. I enjoy catching airplanes. I enjoy the scenery, being in new places, new experiences. For example, one of the companies I was working for paid for me to be in Hawaii for 2 weeks. So do my work for 1 week, spend another week vacationing, on the company's dime. But
Hmm.
so now, yeah, that's how, yeah, I ended up out here. I moved to California doing some telecom and my wife, and we moved out here to Las Vegas, and I was able to transfer my job here, and I ended up with a couple of permanent positions, so where I don't have to travel anymore, which is good because I can still travel, my free time. Instead of having to travel for work, it's optional, and I became accustomed the best ways to do it, to enjoy the experience. But
Okay.
so currently I'm working with a couple of companies. One of them 100% remote, and then the other company is about 80% remote. and it keep me busy. But I never thought when I started off working, I would be making so much money in the industry. But I worked hard all my life and to provide and pay bills. Now I want to spend my time working at what I'm passionate about, which is entertainment and arts.
Okay. So with the telecom, man, work life, entertainment life, and family life. What's the balance, and how do you balance it all?
You know what? I get asked that a lot because people say, "Wow, you got two jobs, you doing this? Like, how do you have time?" Because I also have four kids in the house, 8 kids total. And balance is for me, the only way I can do it is I got to start extremely early. So, I want to look professional. So I wake up by 5 o'clock every day to hit the gym. Also work with a personal trainer. I come back, get cleaned up, take kids to school, and then come back and start work. Um, One of the jobs I take an hour lunch whenever I want, so I'm able to leave and go pick one of my sons up from school, bring him
Hmm.
back home with me, and then if necessary, I'll go travel and visit some cell phone sites. I'll still, but luckily in Vegas, most stuff shoot on the weekends, so I get the weekends off, so I'm able to make it to the shoots. And my job is also very flexible. If I need to do some shooting during the week, I can just let them know I'm a late start or I need this day off, and they have the flexibility to where they give me the day off, or I can just do the work later. So I still get paid for the day and still get to do what I love, which is
Hmm.
shooting entertainment.
Okay.
So
So let's let's talk about the entertainment aspect, and that's great that you get to do what you want. You got a flexible schedule, so that creates some balance. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So you won't be overly tired all the time, and you do have some time that you can spend with your family. So that's wonderful. So you dealt with music before acting, correct?
correct. Um, so music always spoke to my soul. It still does. It like takes you to another place. And then I used to hear beats and remix current songs that was on the radio.
Hmm.
So when I was in my 20s, about 2009, 2000, no, about 2006, I had the opportunity to record my own music because I knew a friend had some equipment, Young Breed, and he had an MPC 3000, and my partner Payper Boy started recording with him in his
Oh, back
studio.
up, back up, back up, back up, back it
Right.
on, bro. Back it up. Young Bree and Paper Boy. Hold up, bro. So those are your partners.
Oh yeah. I went to school with Paper Boy, aka Lamb. We went to high school together, and we used to hang out. I had a video camera. Used to shoot stuff around the school. Used to have fun, and we both started recording about the same time. I think he recorded a little bit before me, but we would go to Young Breed, which I met uh, through my partner, uh, and that was his cousin, and he put us together. And we just started doing business with him, and then we became friends. We all started recording together.
Okay. So are those two guys still in the music business or no?
Yes, both of them are still making music. Um, I look forward to going back to Michigan. I want to record with them more. I still want to make music. I didn't retire, but it's what I'm comfortable in the studio with them.
Okay. So what type of music did you make? What would you say was your element of the direction of music? That you was that really you had a passion for in it, and you created an audience that wanted to listen to your music.
Just rap mostly. I mean, different topics. Some ballads. You know,
Okay.
mostly party songs. Yeah, and
Okay.
but
Okay. Well,
I would do
well,
some shows. Yeah, whenever I had opportunity, I would perform on stage. Rapping my lyrics, and it just felt like I was sharing a part of me because it was all music that I wrote, and I was
okay.
able to.
Okay. So upon that, man, you was in this rap business for a while, man, and you doing the telecom, you and you really climbing your way to the top in the telecom, and you know, and then you discovered that you wanted to get into the acting, the filming, and things of that nature. So, what made you want to get into the acting?
Well, I was always a movie buff. Always loved being movies. So when I was young, I used to see all the stuff on Nickelodeon. I used to see those kids in shows, and it looked like they was having like so much fun. And I was like, man, that'd be cool to do that for a living. I guess it's the equivalent of kids looking at their phones and be like, man, I want to be a YouTuber. So I used to see the kids on the screen that was my age. I was like, man, I could do that. But, they wasn't shopping for talent around, Flint. So you would have had to travel to Hollywood or somewhere to audition. So,
Hmm.
it's just always a fantasy of mine. So then when I was vibing, making the music, I was like, man, if I make a popular enough song, I could use this as a gateway to get back to making music to movies because I was like I saw like a lot of rappers in the film industry, so I think that probably hurt the art a little bit as far as my music because I was always thinking like, man, this song got to be on the radio. So
Hmm.
sometimes I would clean up lyrics and try to conform to something that can go on the radio right now just to catapult that exposure to get the opportunity to be in film because back then there wasn't filming nothing in our area around Flint, and that was like, well, let me get this song popping on the radio. But then doing that, I met a lot of incredible artists, and I just wanted to record them, have them record like, hey, if my song's not good enough, I would like to see one of y'all make it. Y'all saw I wanted to get an opportunity too to other people to chase their dreams for my equipment.
Okay. Okay. So, upon you doing that, how long did you have your studio open?
I would say about 5 years
Mm.
before I started really leaving the city too much, where I wasn't bringing it with me. Like I never traveled with it, and when I slowed down recording, I just decided to sell it. But to me, it's like I still know enough people. If I have that itch, I really need to get something out. Can maybe just pull up on somebody and record.
Okay. So, do you miss the engineering and the recording part, or do you just mainly miss being an artist?
I really miss being in the studio making music. Um,
Hmm.
it was just a time crunch for me because I always try to keep a couple of sources of income. So for me, being in the studio and recording, it was like a way of life. So we would start at night and just vibing and recording as much as possible. You would be up all night until like 6, 7 in the morning.
Yes, of course,
Or
of
you
course,
crash.
of course.
Yeah. And I loved it. And so, so that's why I still hope to record sometimes, when I get the chance.
Okay, okay. So, um, the acting and the filming, and you seen people on TV, so you said, "Well, I can do this." And so, why didn't you push yourself earlier to do it?
I think it was just a location. Um, when I had
Okay.
opportunities to leave when I was younger, I never left. And I see a lot of my peers also did the same thing or would leave for a short time and come back. And I just think the infrastructure is just not set up for it to happen only in the city. Like, I believe you can leave and come back and bring the resources and then infrastructure back. It just wasn't set up at the time. And I'm sure if there was auditions around the city that I
Mm.
knew of, I probably definitely would have went for it. But yeah, that's why it wasn't a push. It just wasn't a push there in that area.
Okay. So, what gave you the push?
Actually, it was always in the back of my mind, but it was kind of far. I was like, okay, because I did live in California for 3 years
Hmm.
in that Los Angeles, Hollywood area. And, I kind of started to, I was going to search out some things there, but I never
Hmm.
did. But last December, I was traveled to Atlanta to visit a childhood friend at a ball that me and my wife was invited to. And mingling around that bar, I ran into an actress. I can't think of her name right now. I had to look it up. But anyway, we was just talking about how we was visiting from Vegas, and the lady mentioned that, oh, I know some directors out there. So I looked them up on Facebook, and one of them was was Bobby, and I seen his wife posted that she was having an acting class. So I was like, oh man, let me take this class, and I just wanted to see if that was for me, even though I wanted to do it. I said, well, let me see if I can do it by going to class.
Hmm.
And I didn't, signing up, I didn't initially think it would turn into me being a part of some films, but it did. And, and I'm grateful for that. And I think that was just right place at the right time because I know if I didn't go to Atlanta back last December, it wouldn't have re-sparked my interest in acting. So
Mm.
yeah, it's like the butterfly effect.
Right. So, what
Yeah.
do you love most about acting, and what do you love most about being on set?
Well, to me, I love the most the the entertaining aspect of acting.
Hmm.
So just being around friends and family, I would always act a little bit anyway. Just imitating, doing imitating actors or remixing songs, adding my own lyrics, and it's like that way you can be another character on film and you can
Hmm.
also get compensated for it. But I just always been an entertainer in
Okay.
school.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just enjoy that freedom of doing it. It's just fun to me to entertain and act
Okay.
and
Okay. So you,
become
so
somewhat.
you, Miss Renee Peoples, acting class, and shout out to Miss Renee, shout out to
Yeah,
Mr. Bobby Mill, shout out to Big Bro, and
yeah, they give me a
once,
lot of good advice.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, he, but both of them are A1 dog, after they get through with you gonna have a lot of drip for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what has been your most favorite thing about you becoming an actor and you being on set and you understanding that the different divisions of acting, when it comes to the screenwriter and the staff writer and um when it comes to the casting director, the producer, the PA, the producer assistant, when it comes to the wardrobe stylist, all of the above. So what's your favorite aspect about you becoming a actor?
To me, it's the access. So I always enjoyed knowing how things work. I always had a curious mind, engineer's brain. I always want to know how things work. So like I used to watch the director's cut on the DVD or the behind the scenes tape. And to me, I like seeing how the magic happens. So like one of my odd jobs coming up, I was actually a stagehand. So I would be backstage at plays and concerts, pushing the equipment, putting it together. Like I even enjoyed that just to put the show together. So now I can see firsthand how it's put together, and I like peeling that curtain back and just being a part of that.
Okay, 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 okay. So upon working with Miss Renee and working with Mr. Bobby, upon you working with them and you getting some coaching, some experience and stuff like that. How did you land your first role?
So I actually land my first role by auditioning. So like right now, I'm in my office slash audition room, and I seen that they was casting. So I did a self tape, for each role that I applied for, and ended up getting a call back and offer. So it's when I got my first paid acting gig. So I was very grateful. And so gratitude
Okay,
is my attitude. I just want to keep working, keep auditioning, and I just want the opportunity to present myself in more parts. So definitely going to keep working at it.
okay, okay. And so upon that, can you tell us the name of the film that you're in, and tell us where we can go get it at, and give us just a outline of what your character is about in the film.
Well, since the stuff I shot was in the past few months, uh, none of that has been released yet.
Oh, it hasn't. Okay,
But
then.
the
Okay,
first
okay.
role I got, yeah. Um, but I played Michael, and one of my first films was with Bobby and Renee, and it's a snippet in a short film, several short films called Sin City of Love, and I played
Mm.
the Angel of Death.
Mm.
You know, in all black
Sounds
suit.
very sounds very interesting. Excuse me.
Yeah, so I
Sounds
look
very
forward to that
interesting.
coming out.
Like I look
And
forward to it too, man. I look forward to it. And so, is there a release date for it already?
sometime in April next year, but
Okay
we don't
then.
have the
Okay.
exact date
Okay.
yet.
Okay then.
And
Okay. So
actually, that one should come out sooner. Yeah, it was another film that I did with them called
okay. So
Diary of.
at this particular point in time in your life, how do you feel that your journey that you've been on have certain ways that you can it's certain things that you learn on your journey that you can impact the community and actually give the youth some great advice that they can take with them for a lifetime.
Well, I would say go after what you're passionate about. Of course, you got to do what you got to do to survive and pay the bills. But I feel like if you start early going after what you're passionate about, it'll be fun. Then eventually you'll find a way to monetize it in somehow, some way. So to me, I feel like now I'm doing telecom on the side because I'm doing it, but I still prioritize trying to be a part of the set, trying to do some acting. And
Okay.
I would just say never stop dreaming until you retire. Once you're
Okay then.
retired, then you know what to worry about. But as long as you keep dreaming, you'll keep finding a way to get to it.
Right. Find a way to get to that bag. That's right. That's right. That's right. So with that being said, man, we definitely talked about you as a telecommunication professional. We talked about the days of the studio and the late night hours and having so much fun with the boys, and we also chopped it up about you as an actor, you know, you as a man of that stands on top of their principle. And you said way back when you was a child that you want to give it a try, you can do that. But here we are years later, and you still have been able to give it a try, and you still striving for that greatness. So we can see you on the big screen, coming to a city
Yeah.
near you. We'll see you on the big screen. And so far, if there's one thing that you want to leave people with, as far as the words of encouragement, words of advice, and just an impactful gesture when it comes to you speaking with people.
Well, I would say everybody has a 24 hours in a day, but we sleep a third of it. We have work a third of it. So you got one third to do what you really want. So I feel like you just make the most of your time
Hmm.
because that's all you can do. Like for me to get everything done, I have to wake up at 5 a.m. If I don't, I won't have time to make it to the gym. I got to get everything done so I can get to bed a decent time so I can get up and make it happen the next day. So
That's right.
I would just
Okay.
say think about your time.
Okay. Cool. Cool. And so, for those that want to get up with you and get up with you and want to just, maybe, maybe just follow you, or maybe even just, want to chop it up with you and bring you on for their podcast, or just want to get to know who you are. How can they reach out to you and how can they follow you?
All right, so you can follow me at Deonte Finch on IG. It's scrolling across the bottom. That's also my same handle on Facebook and also on TikTok. It's just Deonte Finch. Try to keep it
Okay.
simple.
Okay. Okay. So you start this new film career, man, and then you're at your beginning stages. So, around about another 6 months down the road, I definitely like to bring you back and see where you at and see what you got coming out. And I'm pretty sure next in those 6 months, you'll probably have your own script written and everything. And so we can definitely talk about where you want to go with it. And because I know you want to tackle on as many things as you can in the film industry and become their household name as well. You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm going out for everything. I shot last weekend. I did a table read weekend that just passed. I shoot in 2 days for another project. I'm just trying to stay busy in this film industry.
Okay,
Stay
okay.
with.
No, got it. No doubt, no doubt, bro. So, excuse me. We want to thank you for coming on the Chatterbox and chopping up with us, man. And as your career get a little bit, you know, um, more to the next level, we'll be chopping up with you again, and we'll be bringing you back and keeping up with you, man. I say stay focused, keep your head on the swivel, and just know God got a plan for you, man, and the rest will fall in place.
All right. Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. I would love to
Yes,
come back.
sir, man. Yes, sir. And don't be a stranger. Reach out anytime, because I have a lot of different directors and people that do casting calls on my page. So I'll definitely be plugging you in as well.
All right. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir, bro. Take care. Be blessed. And we out of here.
All right. See you next time. Later.
Later.